Hello everyone, this is part 5 of What If Naruto Has the Golden Eyes, and I hope you guys enjoy this video and to like, to subscribe, to see more comment down below. Now let's start the intro.
They call me a god. They call me a god. They call me a god.
Your training has been going well, young one, but if I may ask, why did you choose that color? Asked a black-cloaked figure as they put away their weapons. Oh, no reason. What is the name of this planet and how long have been training here for? You have yet to tell me, asked a white-cloaked figure as they stood in the center of an enormous field. We are on the planet of Naboo and we have been training for a little over 2 years. I take it you have had training in the ways of the sword on your old planet? Asked the black-cloaked man. Yes, I have trained some in the ways of the sword, replied the white-cloaked man. As could be seen in your training. You are free to join our group now that you are strong enough, said the black-cloaked figure. That's nice. I need to make some money in this new universe. You will be briefed on your first mission once we are on the ship. Let's hope your weird fighting style pays off, young one, replied the black-cloaked man as they walked to their enormous battleship. She will complete her mission to the letter, an older figure said to a cloaked hologram. Very well. You may proceed, replied the hologram as it vanished from sight. Just then the door behind the older one opened to reveal a bald woman. Master, asked the bald woman, there is no margin for error this time, child. You must prove yourself worthy of being my apprentice, said the older man ever so calmly. I am worthy, as you shall see, said the woman before turning and walking out of the control room. As soon as she walked out of the room, a white-cloaked man with black clouds stitched across it came out of the corner of the room. He was wearing a straw hat to conceal his face. But it never hurts to be sure, my child. You're a new one, aren't you? I have used your group before and I haven't seen you yet. Well, let's test your limits, shall we? Said the older man as the white-cloaked man walked out of the room to follow the women to her ship. I already like this one, thought the older man as he returned his attention back to the screen in front of him. Lord Dooku, we are about to go into hyperspace once your apprentice leaves the ship, said a battle droid as he returned his attention back to the screen in front of him. Very good, replied Dooku. An explosion rocked the ship as 2 Jedi and several troopers were watching Newt Gunray. Captain, status report, said one of the more veteran troopers defending the prisoner. Droid fighters incoming, they brought boarding ships, replied the captain. Sounds of fire could be heard from the hull as clone troopers desperately fought against the onslaught of super battle droids. Another voice crackled over his arm communicator. They are heading for the detention center. We need reinforcements, whispered a clone trooper before several gunshots were heard before dying over the communicator. Commander, I'll need your assistance. The older Jedi as the clone trooper and the Jedi started to walk down the hall. Yeah, let's go, said the other Padawan as she started to follow the two, only to be stopped by the older Jedi. No, Ahsoka, you will stay here with Captain Argyus. You will guard the Viceroy, said the older Jedi. But Ahsoka started but stopped when she saw the look on the Jedi's eyes. As you wish, Master Luminara, Ahsoka said as she watched the captain and Jedi walk down the hall. It appears you are in no position to negotiate after all, Padawan. Perhaps after my rescue, the Viceroy started but was cut off by Ahsoka. Rescue? Maybe they're here to make sure you don't talk, Ahsoka replied. She could hear the gulping sound from where she was standing. Destroyed droids and dead clones were scattered across the halls of the ship. Nobody was there to see the apprentice slip out of one of the 3 landing crafts that embedded themselves into the side of the ship. She looked around to see if anyone noticed her landing and noticed one clone trying to get himself up off the ground. He looked straight at her, pulled a blaster pistol and pointed at her. The apprentice dashed at the clone, blocking the shots that were fired at her until cutting off the clone's head. Radio chatter blasted over her communicator as she swiftly cut her way into a nearby air vent. Unknown to all, a second figure slipped out of another boarding craft and followed the evil apprentice into the air vent. Madam Tano, may I have a word? Asked a Republic commando walking down the hall to the holding chambers. Certainly, Captain, replied Ahsoka before turning her attention back to the Viceroy. If I leave, you won't go anywhere, will you? Mocked Ahsoka. Ha ha. Gunray replied as Ahsoka returned her attention to the captain. I've got the all clear. The enemy has been repelled, said the commando. And their attempted to free Gunray has failed, Ahsoka said before noticing two red lightsabers cutting through the ceiling of the control room. Out popped Ventress, apprentice of Dooku himself. Ahsoka dashed down the hall while pulling her green lightsaber out. If it isn't the hairless harpy, Ahsoka mocked as she readied herself for an attack. If it isn't Skywalker's filthy obnoxious little pet, Ventress retorted with venom. How nice of you, tell you what, I'll give you a merciful death, Ahsoka said as she blocked jab to her head. The two lightsaber wielders then engaged into an intense fight until backing up halfway into the hallway. Three commandos stood behind her, ready to fire at the intruder at any time. Shot her, Ahsoka shouted as she blocked a swing to her head. The three commandos readied their weapons and fired their weapons at the dual-wielding Padawan. The Padawan blocked all shots fired at her and hitting two of the three commandos and wounding the other. She picked the other up with the force and threw him across the room. The two Padawans engaged in a power struggle as they viciously struggled for dominance. Skywalker isn't here to save you now, Ventress mocked. Good thing I don't need saving, Ahsoka replied as she pushed Ventress off of her and went for the kick but missed and went into a split. Ventress seized the opportunity and jumped over Ahsoka, blocking the slash sent at her while she was in the air. Ventress ran to the door that held Gunray and opened the door. Ahsoka dashed at her but missed and was kicked into the cage. Gunray quickly slipped out of the cage and closed the door. As Gunray mocked, Ventress turned to see the Jedi return from the elevator. Using the Force, Luminara opened the cage to let Ahsoka back into the fight. This effectively surrounded the dual-wielding Padawan. Surrender, Luminara demanded as more clone troopers ran down the hallway. Ventress put her lightsabers away and held up her hands but only for a red blinking light to come from her forearm. An explosion rocked the ship as Ventress swiftly dashed down the hallway and down the elevator shaft. Interesting strategy but there are so many flaws. Well, looks like it's my turn, the white-cloaked man thought as he waited for the opportune time to free the Viceroy. All that's left in the room is Ahsoka, three commandos, and a trooper. This seemed like the opportune time to attack the Force, now that the stupid Jedi left to fight Ventress. The white-cloaked man quietly jumped down from the hole that was made by Ventress. Ahsoka and the others turned to him. Who are you? Asked Ahsoka with her lightsaber out and ready. How about you give me that man there and nobody gets hurt? The white-cloaked figure said while turning his hat up enough to see his eyes only. His eyes were golden with three tomos circling around the pupil. He slowly pulled out his lightsaber and held it in reverse grip and turned it on. The saber was black with a white lining around it. So you were sent here to get him back as well. Well, we can't let you do that, Ahsoka yelled as she charges the dark figure. The cloaked man played it defensively as he slowly backed up to the elevator. His style was completely different from most Jedi that wielded lightsabers. He held his in a reverse grip that almost touched his back and the black light made him seem almost as sinister as Dooku. His style used his blade but also emphasized the use of the hilt of his saber as well. What's your name? Ahsoka asked as she pushed him to the edge of the elevator. The cloaked Jedi suddenly puffed into smoke. Once the smoke cleared, the man that was there was now behind her. The man jabbed her back with the hilt of his lightsaber, which sent her flying into the elevator duct. She turned mid-flight and watched as the cloaked man grabbed her hand and held her up. Right now, he was the only way she was still on that floor. The name's Naruto. Your friend might be in trouble. Go help her out or she'll be dead in a matter of minutes, Naruto said with a wink of his eye before letting her fall down the elevator duct. Naruto turned to the other troopers in the room with death in his eyes. He walked around the commando unit and walked down the hallway. One of the troopers shot both the troopers and was having a fistfight with the other trooper. Gunray was already readying to hit the trooper in the back of the head with a blaster that was on the ground. The trooper fell to the ground as Gunray dropped the weapon. The commando got up and looked at Naruto. Look, I'm on your side, the commando said before Naruto walked up to him and stabbed him in the heart. Naruto got real close to his ear and whispered, I don't give a shit, before turning his lightsaber off and letting him fall to the ground. Gunray was shocked by this. Why did you do that? Gunray asked as Naruto bent down and clicked a button on the commando's forearm. The button started to blink green. Let's go, Naruto ordered before they exited to the ship. I'm sorry I let Gunray get captured, but there was a Sith and a mercenary armed with lightsabers. Ahsoka said to a hologram of Anakin and Yoda. Two people armed with lightsabers. Luminara asked. Yes, there were two of them. One was that slime ball Ventress and the other was probably a mercenary. Ahsoka said. I saw Ventress but I didn't see the other. Was he strong? Luminara asked. Too strong if you ask me. He held his lightsaber in reverse almost the entire time and the light of his lightsaber was black. But he also warned me to go help you because you were about to die. Ahsoka described. Reverse grip A. That sounds strange but a black crystal for your lightsaber is extremely hard to find. Let's keep an eye out on this one. Anakin said to Yoda who simply nodded his head. Ventress walked into the control to see a white-cloaked man with a straw hat standing silently in the corner with Viceroy sitting in the co-pilot's seat. Who are you? And where is the captain? Ventress asked. I was hired by Dooku to capture Gunray. My name is Naruto and I killed the captain so Dooku could save money. Naruto emotionlessly. Ventress looked Naruto up and down, even thought he was wearing a cloak. I'm starting to like you already, Naruto. Ventress said with a sinister smile. What do you mean we lost them? Ahsoka said in anger to the trooper that told her. They got away, General. We will continue to try and pick up the trail but it will be hard, the trooper said. Ahsoka calmed herself. Anger will only hurt the mission. Okay. Try your best. Ahsoka said returning to normal. We will, General, the trooper said before rushing back to his post. Good job on controlling your anger, Ahsoka. At least you won't turn to the dark side. Luminara said from behind Ahsoka. Thanks. Ahsoka said before an image of another Jedi popped in front of them. Master Luminara, I have tracked the ship to a remote location somewhere on the outer rim, said Green Man. So has your old Padawan Nadar, he already on the surface. Luminara replied as a trooper handed her a piece of paper. It will be great to see Nadar again, the Green Man said. I'll send you the coordinates, Master Fisto, and be careful. There is that slime ball Ventress and a powerful mercenary called Naruto guarding Gunray. They are no pushovers so be careful. Ahsoka warned. Thanks. Any information could be useful, Kit said before disappearing from view. Good thinking on warning him on the mercenary. He could be trouble later, Luminara said turning to Ahsoka only for her to be looking at the ground. What's wrong? When Ventress showed up to take Gunray I was beaten and lost to someone like her. The only reason we were able to hold Gunray there that long was because of you and then that mercenary named Naruto showed up. Ahsoka said still looking at the ground. You are still training, young one. Losing to Ventress was bad but losing to Naruto was actually beneficial, was it not? Luminara asked with a wink. Ahsoka seemed to brighten at this. That's right. If it weren't him then you would be dead. But, how did he know? Ahsoka asked. Well, he is a mercenary so he must be one of those few good mercenaries that if it doesn't involve his money then he won't hurt innocents. Luminara answered in a thinking pose. I hope we meet him again. I want to talk to him about his eyes. Ahsoka said. His eyes? Luminara asked, generally curious about this new threat for both the Republic and Separatists. Yeah, they wear gold with 3 tomos circling around the pupil. When I was fighting him it was like he knew how I was going to attack before I even attacked. I was weird because I never even got close to him. Ahsoka said while remembering her fight with Naruto. This character is a weird one. Luminara said as they began to get back to the task at hand. All droids stay on guard. Be ready for anything, said a voice of Gunray as Kit, Nadar, and 5 other clone troopers slowly approached a lit room. Roger, Roger, replied the lead droid as they slowly walked up the small flight of stairs and into the room. When those Jedi pick up my trail, they'll never leave me alone. Gunray said with the chair he's sitting in turned away from the entrance. Ah, sir. They're right behind you, replied the droid as the Jedi pulled out their lightsabers. What? You, blast them, shouted Gunray. The droids started to shoot at the Jedi but was futile in their attempts to kill the Jedi. Did you get them? Asked Gunray with the chair still turned away from them. No, but we have you, Viceroy. Nadar said and, using the Force, spun the chair around. A white-cloaked man with a straw hat covering his face was holding a projector with Gunray on it. You have nothing, Jedi fools. I welcome you to your doom, Gunray said before laughing and disappearing from sight. Who are you? Nadar demanded. The white-cloaked man said nothing as he continued to sit there with his legs crossed and holding up the beacon. Just as Nardar was going for his lightsaber, another image popped into sight from the projector. I apologize for the deception, Master Jedi, an older figure said before anything was said about the man in the chair. Count Dooku, you have a great talent for unexpected appearances. Kit said calmly. It's a shame you came so far to be frustrated. Although the Viceroy is unavailable for capture, let me offer you an alternative prize. Dooku said with an evil grin before disappearing, making a button on the chair start to blink red. The cloaked man crushed the hologram projector and threw it at Kit, who caught it with ease. So you are the mercenary that Ahsoka told me about. Kit said to the mercenary. Who is he? Nardar said, getting angrier with the man in the chair while inching closer to the lightsaber on his belt. He is one of the men that helped capture the Viceroy. He is a mercenary and only did it for the money. His name is Naruto, Kit said calmly, noticing his old Padawan's actions. My job was to reclaim Gunray, but I hold no more allegiance to the Sith Lord now. I am a simple mercenary doing it for money. I am not your enemy any longer, Naruto said while standing up from his chair. Naruto too saw what Nardar was doing and readied himself for the appropriate defense. He also turned on his normal Sharingan because being outnumbered 7-1 was not a great position. I see. It is probably not a good idea to face another Jedi before exploring this place, Kit said, but Nardar was still getting angry at the man in front of them and was about to attack. Jedi, you might want to calm your friend or you will gain yet another enemy in the coming fight, Naruto said emotionlessly while looking directly at Nardar. Nardar, calm yourself. Attacking him now is a bad idea. We do have him outnumbered, but he can easily escape and join the other force in this place, Kit said to Nardar. I'm glad to see that not all Jedi are blind like this one, Naruto said to Kit. Thank you, Naruto, Kit said with a smile but frowned when his old apprentice made the wrong decision and attacked the cloaked man. Naruto frowned and shook his head as he swiftly took off his hat and sealed it into his sleeve. Naruto never took out his lightsaber as he swiftly grabbed Nardar's wrist and kneed Nardar in the ribs. Nardar slowly fell to the ground from the powerful blow to his stomach. Naruto picked up Nardar's lightsaber and turned it off. Your friend made the wrong decision in attacking me. Dooku gave me another mission, and that is if you or any of your men attack me, then I am inclined to watch over the coming battle and make sure his man is not killed, Naruto said emotionlessly as he looked into Kit's eyes. They are golden like the heavens but at the same time deadly as the pits of hell, Kit thought as he stared back. I'm sorry for the rash behavior of my old student. He is rather new to the Jedi ways, Kit said while watching as a clone trooper helped Nardar up. I am not one to know what it is to be a Jedi, but the ones I have faced so far are rash and stupid except for you. Let's hope you have what it takes to get out of here alive, Naruto said as he walked up to Kit and gave him Nardar's lightsaber. Why are you giving me this? You could have taken it disarmed one of the Jedi that you are fighting, Kit asked. I have to follow orders. I am getting paid for this. Good luck, Jedi, Naruto said before pushing the red blinking button on the chair and dashing down the hallway that opened up to the room. As soon as Naruto ran out of the room, Nardar was just getting up. He has never experienced blow that hard before. It seems that we have another enemy in their ranks. Nardar, never give in to hatred like that again or you can make thing even worse for us, Kit said as Nardar was ready to move again. Sorry master, it will never happen again, Nardar said grimly. Next time I see that bastard, he won't make it out in one piece, Nardar thought as they walked down the hall after Naruto. Guards! Guards! A large robotic man shouted as he walked down the entrance to his lair. Where could they be? They are always guarding my lair, Grievous thought as he continued to walk down the hall. Suddenly he was surrounded with 3 clone troopers and a Jedi in front and 2 troopers and a Jedi behind him. We must ask for your surrender. Cooperate and maybe the Senate will be merciful, Kit said. It is you who will get no mercy, Grievous said as he drew 2 lightsabers. Ah, so he plans to fight them. This should be interesting, Naruto thought as he watched the fight from the shadows. Have you found where Viceroy is? Anakin asked via hologram. We have tracked him to a deserted area on the outer rim. We have Master Fisto and Nardar down to explore the area along with some troops. They have yet to communicate back to us, Ahsoka replied to her master. Have you found any information on this new mercenary? He is new to our list of mercenaries. We need to speak to him and get his information and group name if we are ever going to recruit him in later battles. Anakin said. I thought we didn't use mercenaries. Ahsoka said suspiciously. The Republic doesn't, but that doesn't mean we don't. Anakin said with a wink before disappearing. Master, they are entering the control room. A droid voice blared over the intercom. Grievous turned suddenly with his 3 bodyguards to try to intercept them. A white-cloaked figure was seen standing further down the hall after Grievous turned. Come Nardar. Get into the control room. Kit said from inside the room. Nardar must have seen Naruto as much hatred was in his eyes after the easy defeat at his hands. No, you go on. I'll hold them off. Nardar replied. There is no time to argue over something like this. We need to keep moving. Kit said, but before Nardar could reply the door slammed shut, blocking any help that he could provide. Nardar turned to look at the advancing bodyguards. Nardar quickly dispatched the 5 bodyguards with little trouble, but then came Grievous. Where is your master? Grievous asked. You will find out soon enough, you can't defeat us all. Nardar replied with venom. Of course I can. Grievous replied before sending a flurry of attacks at Nardar before finally getting into a deadlock. Nardar looked frightened. He was getting too far over his head. Even if he did somehow manage to kill Grievous, Naruto would be waiting at full health. This was a losing battle. Grievous pulled a pistol from a compartment on his back. Grievous ever so slightly pulled the trigger on the pistol, killing Nardar instantly. Grievous picked Nardar's lightsaber up and looked at the eye that was watching the fight. I will kill you all Jedi, do you hear me? Grievous shouted into the eye before walking away. Naruto was out of sight when Grievous turned and walked down the hallway. One down, 1 to go. Let's see if you can finish the last one, Naruto thought from the shadows. Going somewhere, Grievous said as he climbed up the landing pad. Kit pulled out his lightsaber while Grievous pulled out 4. Kit blocked 2 before jumping back into the fog and turning off his weapon. Huh, Grievous said before Kit jumped over him in the fog. Grievous started to spin his lightsabers around for a defense. Little did he know, Kit was standing behind him, poised to strike. Before Kit's lightsaber could make contact with Grievous, another black lightsaber blocked the attack, effectively saving Grievous's life. Why did you do that? Kit said as the power struggle continued with Naruto. By this time Grievous has turned to see the cloaked man wearing a straw hat. Naruto did a chakra push that pushed back the 2 combatants. Only doing my job. Naruto said simply. Well, get out of my way. Grievous said as he ran past Naruto and attacked Kit. Naruto simply watched as the 2 warriors duke it out. Naruto heard a ship entering the landing pad but paid no attention to it as his job was to protect Grievous from any fatal attack. The ship hovered next to the landing pad as he awaited his master to board. Kit noticed this and dashed past Grievous, but there was a problem, Naruto was in the way. As Kit neared Naruto, Kit began to think of a plan to get past him, but as he neared Naruto simply moved out of the way. Kit ran past but time seemed to slow as their eyes met as he ran by. Kit mouthed thank you and Naruto tipped his hat and grin in return as Naruto watched Kit jump into his ship and fly away. Why didn't you stop him? Grievous shouted. I was only getting paid to protect you from any fatal wounds. Not kill a couple of Jedi, Naruto said emotionlessly. Grievous growled at this. If I ever see you in battle on the wrong side, be sure that I will have a special place for your lightsaber. It's not every day that you find a black lightsaber. I think that you have the only one that owns one in the entire galaxy. Again, let's hope you aren't on the wrong side in the future, Grievous said as he walked back into his lair. Naruto could only grin as a rope landed next to him. Naruto firmly grabbed the rope and was quickly pulled back up into the large vessel above him. This has been a productive first mission. Naruto was sitting with his master, who taught him the ways of the lightsaber, in the cafeteria of their ship. Both were eating and talking how they met and how much they've learned from each other. Naruto wore his white cloak with black clouds stitched across it. The top of the cloak stretched from the top of his nose and stopped at his mid-shins, and completing his outfit with his traditional straw hat. His master wore similar attire except for the hat, and his white cloak didn't have black clouds across it. The inside of both of their cloaks were black. I'm glad we visited your planet. You're a vital part of our group, the master said as he took a sip of his tea. I'm glad you did too. At least you didn't land with guns blazing. Naruto said. Agreed, if we did then we would have messed up your plan. Great job by the way, the master complimented. Thanks. Hey, when did we meet? Naruto asked. About the time when all the nations entered Sound's borders. It was by pure luck that we landed where nobody could see us except for you, the master mulled. It was a miracle. Let's hope we have more of those in the future. Naruto said but flinched when something felt like it hit the back of his eyes. How are your eyes? I know that they are still sensitive after your fight back at your planet. Can you use your Mangekyo Sharingan yet? I already know that you are still far off from using your Renegan, the master asked. I can use my regular Sharingan now and I can activate the Mangekyo Sharingan, but I will have to stress my eyes too much to use it. I'm even further away from using my Renegan. My demon chakra still needs time to heal my eyes after the stress they went through back on my planet. Naruto responded as a man walked up to the two mercenaries. Someone wants to see you in the mission room, the man said before walking away. Wonder who it could be. The master said with a smile. I think I know who it is, Naruto said as he lifted himself from the chair and started for the mission room. Upon entering the mission room, Naruto noticed this. It had a round table located at the center of the room with a large projector in the center and several chairs surrounding the table. There was a hologram of a man wearing a Jedi cloak. Naruto grinned underneath his hat as he activated his normal Sharingan and slid on his emotionless mask. So far his master is the only one that was able to make Naruto take off his mask. This Jedi wanted to speak to you, the leader of the group said as he walked out of the room to leave the Jedi and Naruto to speak. His name is Rajan and he is a good person to everyone that is their group. The group was known as the Black Knights because they were almost always able to get in and out of combat without a fight. Hello, Naruto, a male voice said over the hologram. Hello Anakin, Naruto replied emotionlessly. How do you know my name? Anakin said, throwing off his hood. Just a guess. Naruto lied. Now, what do you want? I asked you to come because we noticed that you are only doing missions for the Separatists and disregarding ours. Why is that? Anakin asked. The Separatists offered more money than you guys did. Offer more money than I might join you guys. Naruto said emotionlessly. It's true that Naruto has been doing more mission for the droids because they were offering more money. Over the last couple weeks, Naruto did 2 more missions for the Separatists because they offered more money than the Republic did. Making the Separatists think that he is a part of their army now. Well, we are in need of your help. One of our Jedi is in trouble and I think we are going to need your help. Anakin said. How much trouble? Naruto asked. There are several Separatist ships bombing her ship. This mission will be a simple one. Save as many men on the ship as possible. Anakin said. It seems easy enough for you. Why pay for me to help you when you can do it yourself? Naruto asked. In reality, Anakin just wanted to get better relations with the white-cloaked man with the Republic and himself. There is said to be a lot of ships and we are going to need all the help we can get. Anakin lied. Naruto saw straight through the lie, but decided to play along. Whatever. How much are you willing to pay? Naruto asked. Pricing for him has skyrocketed ever since his first mission where he helped recapture Gunray and return him to the Separatists. 20,000 credits. Anakin offered. 30,000 credits. Naruto countered. 25,000 credits. Anakin said coldly. Deal. Naruto said with a grin that could not be seen by anybody. We will pick you up at Sector 33. Meet us there in 30 minutes because we need to be there now. Anakin said before disappearing from the hologram. Naruto's master, known as Old Man Sleek, entered the room soon after. Old Man Sleek was about 50 years old but still in tip-top shape and ready for a fight. He had gray hair and a short beard. What was it? Sleek asked. A Jedi known as Anakin asked for my help in a rescue mission. I accepted. Naruto said, still looking at the empty holopad. The Republic, eh? This is going to be your first mission with them, isn't? Sleek asked. Yeah. Hopefully it will go right. Naruto said turning to Sleek. How much did they ask for? I got 25,000 out of them. Not that bad. Normally the Republic tries to lower the price on mercenaries but it seems that whoever you were talking to was a fair man. So it seems. Naruto said before turning toward his fighter. You finally got that thing down? Sleek asked, walking with him. Somewhat. I'm not an ace pilot by all means but I do know to do the conventional things that all pilots know to get around. Naruto said as they entered the docks. His fighter was much like Anakin's except smaller and faster. Naruto also had the light speed attachment like the Jedi did. Well, good luck on your next mission. Sleek said as he waved to Naruto as he hopped into his fighter. Sleek, we got a mission for you. A man shouted from the open door that they left open. Gotcha. Good luck, Naruto. Sleek said before walking back into the ship. Naruto easily started the ship up and flew out of the mother ship. Naruto quickly entered light speed to Sector 33. Naruto disappeared from the hologram Anakin was using in his personal quarters. I need to get to know this strange fighter before he strikes any more blows against the Republic, Anakin thought. Over the last couple of weeks there has been major advances on the separatist line against the Republic. The separatists are giving the honor to a lone mercenary whose name is starting to spread across the universe like wildfire. The name is Naruto and many people are starting look into it. Come in here, Anakin ordered to a trooper that was standing outside his door. Yes, General, the trooper asked. Set course to Sector 33. We are getting a little reinforcements, Anakin said. Yes, General, the trooper answered as he made his way to the bridge. About 5 minutes later, a red-skinned Padawan burst through his doors. Why are we changing course? We are steering a little too far east. We are not going to end up at the right location. Ahsoka shouted. Anakin simply grinned. You'll see, Anakin said smiling. Where is he? Anakin thought as they waited for what everyone else thought was nothing. Ahsoka was starting to get irritated. Why were they here doing nothing? This is stupid. Why are just sitting here when we could be helping Master Sakura? Ahsoka shouted in anger. Anakin never flinched as he turned to Ahsoka. Calm yourself, Ahsoka. Be patient and good things may come. Anakin replied calmly. This was weird. Anakin was always brash and bold, but now he is calm and collective. What are we doing here? Ahsoka started but was cut off by a trooper on the communications rig. Sir, we have an unknown fighter wanting to board. What is our next action? The trooper asked, waiting for orders. Let him in, Anakin replied. Ahsoka was shocked. Why were they letting an unknown fighter into their battleship? When Ahsoka turned to ask Anakin why they were letting a positional enemy into their ship, he was gone. Probably going to the hull to meet our guest, Ahsoka thought as she turned and ran to the hull to meet up with Anakin. Upon entering the hull she saw a fighter similar to Anakin's except smaller and painted black. Anakin was standing in front of the ship with 2 clone troopers flanking his left and right. The hatch to the fighter unlocked and slowly opened. The glass on the hatch was black but they were sure that the pilot could see out of it. Once Ahsoka got one look at the man jumping out of the fighter, her entire being was full of anger. He was the one that killed all those men at the edge of that cliff on Yachi. Ahsoka thought in anger as she watched Naruto walk up to Anakin. Anakin extended his hand to the white-cloaked man who took the hand in acceptance. Master, he was the one that killed over 100 men on the cliff in Yanchi. Why is he helping us? Ahsoka asked in anger. Anakin turned to look Ahsoka in the eye. Naruto is a mercenary, so that means he follows orders in order to get his money. It doesn't matter who he kills. To him, he can change sides in a matter of minutes and now, he is finally on our side. Anakin said as he returned his gaze to Naruto and smiled. Naruto nodded in return with his hat still on. Ahsoka was still angry with Naruto for killing all those men at Yanchi. Let's get to the battlefield and help Master Sakura, Anakin said to the trooper to his left. Yes, sir. I'll go tell the men in the bridge, the trooper said and ran off to deliver the orders. Naruto continued to look into Ahsoka's eyes. He could see the hate and anger in her eyes for what he has done. Naruto was disgusted that he was ordered to kill the remaining men that were surrendering on that fateful day. But an order was an order and he was inclined to follow them. This is going to be an interesting mission, Naruto thought as Anakin showed him the way to the bridge with the remaining clone and Ahsoka following close behind. Most of the clones didn't trust Naruto either after hearing what happened on Yanchi. Where is Anakin? Sakura shouted to the commander next to her. I have no idea, but they are sending rocket droids over. The commander shouted while pointing at the fleet of rocket droids heading straight at them. Sakura pressed the button that activated the intercom. All men prepare for enemy boarding. Sakura shouted as an allied battleship exploded to their left. Damn it. Where is he? Sakura shouted as the rocket droids landed on the ship and entering it through the many holes scattered throughout the ship. Just then, another battleship entered the area. It was a Republic ship. About damn time, shouted the commander as Sakura already left to fight the rocket droids that were in the ship. Transports were coming to their ship to aid in their evacuation. Anakin, Naruto, and Ahsoka were all in the same transport as they neared the damaged battleship. This is taking too long. Anakin shouted as he prepared to jump out the ship and onto one of the rocket droids that were whizzing by. Are you sure that is wise? Ahsoka asked, but before Anakin could answer her question, Naruto jumped out of the ship and onto a passing rocket droid, making both of them fly down and into a hole that was in the side of the ship. I already like this guy. Anakin shouted with a wide grin as he jumped out the transport after him. Ahsoka shook her head at the antics of the two crazy men. Halfway down to the ship, Anakin saw fire spew from one of the holes. What the fuck was that? Anakin thought as he aimed for the hole that the fire shot out of. Anakin crashed into the hole and readied himself for battle, but was met by a charred hall with several melted rocket droids scattered across the hall. Naruto was at the end of the hall with his lightsaber stuck into a rocket droid. The droid fell to the ground, lifeless. Ahsoka's ship crashed into a hole behind Anakin, but Anakin never flinched as he observed the area. Ahsoka was also shocked by the scene. Come, we don't have all day, Naruto said as he continued to run down the hall. Anakin, Ahsoka, and the clones that were with them snapped out of it and followed Naruto toward the sound of battle. Sakura was having a hard time fighting off the droids that surrounded her and her men. Where are they? Sakura thought as she felt a droid approach her from behind. She swiftly turned around to attack the foe but noticed it wasn't moving. She looked down to see a black beam jutting from the poor droid's stomach. The droid promptly fell to the side to reveal a white-cloaked man holding his black lightsaber, where it was when he impaled the droid in the stomach. You! Sakura shouted as she readied herself for the battle against Naruto. Naruto dashed forward toward Sakura while holding his lightsaber in his standard reverse grip. He dashed past her with ease and started to attack the droids shooting at her and her men. What? Sakura thought as Anakin and the rest of his force approached her and started to help Naruto. Sakura soon entered the fray. Why is Naruto helping us? The Republic doesn't hire mercenaries, Sakura said as she impaled another droid. Naruto was further up in the battle. True that the Republic doesn't hire mercenaries, but that doesn't mean we don't, Anakin said as he force-pushed a droid into another droid. At least he isn't on their side, Sakura muttered. They finally broke free of the fray and were able to reach clear area. We need to get off this ship. Let's get to the escape ship, Sakura shouted as they ran down a hall towards said ship. As they approached the door to the ship, the battleship started to explode. Anakin turned to see the fire coming straight for them. Everyone get down, Anakin shouted as he force-pushed everyone into the ship and turned to force the door close. The fire was too large and quickly destroyed the door, injuring Anakin and knocking him unconscious. On the other side of the door, Ahsoka slammed her fists against the metal door between them and Anakin. No, we got to save him, Ahsoka shouted, but noticed that they were down one. Where is Naruto? Ahsoka asked curiously. Naruto was still on the other side of the door with Anakin. When Anakin pushed Naruto through the door, Naruto managed to dash back through the door at the last second to help Anakin. Naruto picked Anakin up and threw him over his shoulder. Damn, you're heavy, Naruto said to the unconscious Anakin over his shoulder. Step away from the door, Naruto shouted as he poured some of his black chakra into his hand. His hand began to glow black as he charged his chakra into his hand. Since Naruto was still learning what the Force was, Naruto had to rely on his chakra for the moment, that is if he even can use the Force. As soon as Naruto saw it fit that he had enough power to blow the door open, he let loose on the door. The large metal door exploded and hit the other side of the wall with tremendous force. The spectators were shocked by this. Nobody can use that much force to blow open a door like that. Can they? Let's go, Naruto said emotionlessly as walked by the shocked spectators. Everyone got into positions as they exited the destroyed battleship. They managed to get out of the dock at the bottom of the ship just as the blast made it to the end of the massacred hall. The commander of Anakin's ship popped up on the escape ship as they were making their way back to Anakin's ship. Anakin's condition may be critical. We need to get him back on board the Resolute, Sakura said to the commander. Are all Jedi this reckless? The commander asked. Just the good ones, Sakura said as they began to dock their ship until a droid fighter hit their ship with a couple of blasts, damaging their lightspeed module. What is going on? The commander asked. We are going into light speed, Rex said as he desperately tried to fix the problem. Well, fix it, Ahsoka shouted. I'm trying, Rex shouted back. Get out of the docks now, Sakura yelled to the trooper piloting the ship. Naruto placed Anakin onto a medical bed that was inside the ship. A medical droid soon walked up to the two. I will take it from here, the medical droid said as it got to work on Anakin. Naruto nodded as he sealed away his hat. Naruto felt the ship attach and detach from the battleship. Something's wrong, Naruto thought as he heard the engines power up for light speed. This should be interesting, Naruto thought as he started to walk up to the bridge of the little ship. The little ship shot off into light speed as soon as the ship left the docks, sending them to who knows where. While they were in light speed, Ahsoka and Naruto passed by each other. Ahsoka going to see her master and Naruto to the bridge. Where is he going? Ahsoka thought as she turned to watch Naruto walk into the bridge. Upon entering the bridge, Sakura walked out of the bridge to speak to Ahsoka and see how Anakin is doing, leaving the commander and himself to watch the course they are taking. Shit, I can't fix the lightspeed module or the navigation system, Rex shouted as he continued to mess with the electronics in the ship. Looks like we've got worse news, the commander, known as Cody, said to the three men in the room. What could be possibly worse than this? Rex asked sarcastically. We are heading straight for a star and we can't stop, Cody said calmly. Well, this is interesting, Naruto said emotionlessly. I'll go tell the others, Cody said as he got up and left the bridge. About 3 minutes later, Ahsoka, Sakura, and Cody ran back into the room and to the front of the bridge where Naruto and Rex were. Ahsoka and Cody began to fiddle with the ship's controls in hope that they could get it working. It's no use. The systems are fried, Cody said, giving up on fixing the ship. Shut down all power circuits to reset the coordinates, Sakura said. But that will shut off Anakin's life support, Ahsoka complained. Look, if we don't do this then we are all going to die, Naruto said emotionlessly. Sakura looked at Naruto with a grin. Looks like he isn't as one-sided as I thought, Sakura thought as everyone seemed to get the picture and went their stations. We're cutting it close, Rex said. On 3, Naruto said. 1, 2, 3. Everyone shut the power to the ship, pushing everyone except for Ahsoka, Cody, who were in the pilot's chairs, and Naruto. Naruto's feet were emitting a black aura as he stuck to the ground. It looked like Naruto was having trouble keeping his footing though. The star was right in front of them as they continued toward the star. Rex was shot back from his position and smacked Sakura off of the switch that turned the power back on. Turn the power back on, Cody shouted. Naruto looked over from his position to where Sakura was supposed and noticed that she wasn't there. Naruto began to walk over to the lever that turned the power back on. Hurry up, Koi shouted again. Naruto was finally able to put his hand onto the lever and shove it up so the power could come back on. Everyone that was against the wall fell to the ground while Naruto looked like a great force stopped pushing him. Naruto breathed out and felt relieved. The ship did a slingshot around the star and was heading straight for a planet. Well, we aren't going to hit a star but we are going to hit that planet, Ahsoka said, pointing out the window. Brace for impact, Cody shouted as they were about to hit the ground. But before they were about to hit the ground, Naruto had to throw in his 2 cents. You guys suck at driving, Naruto stated emotionlessly just before they hit the surface. The ship hit the surface with tremendous force as they slid across the ground and finally coming to a halt at the center of a valley. Everyone jumped up from their places as they started to run out of the ship as certain parts of the ship started to explode. Ahsoka and Sakura ran into the infirmary to grab Anakin and leave the ship. Not many people made it out of the ship alive. Outside there were 3 clone troopers, Rex, Cody, Ahsoka, Sakura, a whipped-out Naruto, and an unconscious Anakin. Make a shelter for Anakin. Anything will do, Sakura ordered to the 3 troopers. Yes, General, they said in unison as they began to build a shelter. 10 minutes later, Anakin was lying down inside the tent with Naruto breathing heavily sitting up against one of the posts on the open side. What is wrong with you? Ahsoka asked vilely. She still hasn't forgiven him for the death of all those men on the planet Yanchi. It's none of your concern. Naruto replied. Sakura asked next, a little more nicely. Please, let us help you. You are part of the group now. We can help. Sakura said reassuringly. Naruto looked her in the eyes with his normal golden Sharingan, looking for any deception. I take it you saw the back stuff on the bottom of my feet while I was trying to get to the lever to turn the power back on. Naruto asked Sakura. She nodded to his question. Hey, yeah, I remember that stuff too. What was that stuff? Rex asked. It's a certain power my people from my planet have that allows us to do several different things such as stick to walls and so on. Nobody on my planet has this black stuff. Everybody has blue chakra and not black. Naruto explained. I take it the black stuff is called chakra. Why is yours so different from everybody else's? Sakura pressed. Naruto's face turned from emotionless to depressed in an instant. I would rather not talk about it. Naruto said as he leaned back against the post and looked into the setting sun. From the angle that Sakura and Ahsoka were at, the sun shined brightly into his golden eyes as he watched the sun lower. Anyways, I never really stuck myself to an object as something with that much force was pushed against me, so I used a little too much chakra. Now I am running low on my chakra and need rest, and since my chakra is special, it takes longer to regenerate. Naruto said as he looked back at the two girls. Out of curiosity, Ahsoka had two last questions. What would happen if you ran out of chakra? And, why are your eyes golden like that? No other creature in the galaxy has eyes as bright and metallic as yours. Ahsoka asked. My eyes give me another special ability that helps me greatly, but I am weakened and am not able to use it to its full potential. It is called the Sharingan. As for running out of chakra, if I run out of it, I die. Naruto said calmly. Everyone was surprised that his life was so heavily weighed on this stuff. Well then, you need your rest then. You will be staying here to watch over Anakin while the rest of us head out to find medical supplies. Sakura said. No, we can't leave Anakin here with a potential murderer. I'll stay with my master. Ahsoka offered. No, we need your help if we are going to find anything any quicker. Naruto will stay here with Anakin while the rest of us search of civilization. Sakura said. Ahsoka didn't like the idea of leaving her master with a potential killer, but she followed her orders and went with Sakura. Hold on, master. Just hang in there for just a little longer and everything will all right. Ahsoka said to her unconscious master. As she stood up, she looked at Naruto, who was still breathing heavily. Don't worry, Ahsoka, I'll look after him. Naruto said as he returned his gaze to the sunset. You better. Ahsoka mumbled. Good luck, Naruto. Sakura said to Naruto. Naruto nodded his head in response. All right, everyone. Let's get moving. The group of 7 ran off into the tall grass, in hopes of finding help for their 2 downed men. It was starting to get dark as the 5 troopers, Jedi and Padawan, continued to search for any signs of life on the planet. So let me get this straight. We are looking for a giant tree. Rex asked again as they continued to run through the empty fields of this planet. Yes. The piece of bark that we found earlier backs up that theory, Sakura answered. She looked down to the young Padawan running beside her, to her gaze on the ground. I know what you're thinking, young one. He will be fine with Naruto, Sakura said to Ahsoka, making Ahsoka jump from the words that were sent toward her. How can you be sure? This is the mercenary that slaughtered all those men on Yanchi. What if he was ordered to get Anakin alone so he could get a clean kill? How can you be on his side in all this? Ahsoka shouted to her temporary master. Ahsoka, calm down. You are in over your head. Anakin personally paid Naruto for 2 reasons. 1, to help in keeping me alive from the droids, and 2, is his personal bodyguard for the rest of this mission. You see, Naruto is being paid to protect Anakin for the rest of this mission, and since the mission is still in process, he has to go along with it unless he gets paid by another person during the mission, Sakura replied calmly. So that is why Naruto jumped into the ship before Anakin. He was clearing the floor out before Anakin so there wouldn't be any harm on the landing, Ahsoka thought as they continued to run. Only for her expression to darken. But, he can still change sides in an instant. If he gets the word to betray Anakin for more money than he will, Ahsoka thought as they continued to run off into the flooding grasslands. Naruto was still looking out over the grasslands at the sunset until he heard movement. Naruto turned and looked into the tent that was set up for Anakin. Anakin slowly began to wake but was having a hard time moving. Anakin's sight caught Naruto as Naruto again turned back out into the grasslands. Who is still here? Anakin managed out. Just you and me, Naruto replied emotionlessly as Anakin tried to sit up but was having a hard time in doing so. Naruto turned and picked Anakin up bridal style and placed him on the other pole of the tent. Naruto sat back in his original place on the other pole, making the two facing the same direction, as Naruto was earlier. The two continued to stare out into the setting sun with a silence that seemed unbreakable. I see that you are in a bad position, with your heavy breathing and everything. Did you use too much chakra? Anakin asked. Earlier, while they were making their way to help Sakura, Anakin asked why Naruto chose the lighting in his lightsaber and where he got it. Naruto told Anakin about chakra, the same speech that he gave to Ahsoka and Sakura. Once asked again where he got the black crystal for his lightsaber, Naruto said that there is only one black crystal in the entire universe and he had to kill someone for it. Anakin quieted down after that. Yeah, Naruto replied. In truth, since Naruto has demon chakra and is making it a human body, it makes it really hard to remake chakra in his body. So, the process is longer than most humans that have chakra. So, where are the others? Anakin asked. Went go seek medical supplies for you, Naruto replied. What about you? Did they offer you any? Anakin asked, turning to Naruto. Naruto continued to look forward. I'm fine, Naruto said emotionlessly. Anakin flinched at this. That's strange. Ahsoka always gives other people a chance before she acts like this. Anakin said more to himself than to Naruto, but Naruto heard what Anakin said. She probably thinks of me as a cold, heartless killer after what happened on Yanchi. It doesn't matter. I'm used to this treatment, Naruto said emotionlessly. For once in a long time, Anakin has felt sorry for someone. What do you mean? Anakin asked. On my old planet, I was treated like I am treated by your apprentice is treating me now. After an entire life of being treated like you're the scum of the planet, you get used to it, Naruto said emotionlessly. Anakin truly felt bad now. What about your family? Didn't they ever help you through all this? Anakin asked in hopes to brighten the conversation even though the sun was on its last few seconds of light. Wrong decision. I never had a family. They were gone when I was born, Naruto replied. I'm sorry, Anakin started but was cut off by a message that was sent to Naruto over his receiver. Gunray popped into sight on Naruto's receiver. Great job on Yanchi, Naruto. I'm glad that you went through with my order on Cliff 19, but I got another mission for you, Gunray said with an evil smile. What do you wish? Naruto replied emotionlessly. Anakin was surprised that Naruto simply didn't hang up on the bastard. I have reports telling me that Anakin Skywalker is wounded and helpless on this sector of the Outer Rim. Your mission is to track him down and kill him. We are offering 50,000 credits for his head, Gunray said proudly. Anakin looked at Naruto in eyes as Naruto looked down at Gunray. I'll see what I can do, Naruto said as he looked over at Anakin. The only light coming from the light that the hologram was producing onto Naruto's face as his golden Sharingan came to life. The hologram disappeared, leaving behind complete darkness. Two more lights appeared in the shape of sabers. One blue, the other black. We need your help. Please, we have friends that are in need of medical help. We need your help, Sakura pleaded. They have been talking to the commoners on this planet for a while now and have been making some progress with them. They demanded to not be intertwined with the war, but everyone knows that you must choose a side eventually. We will not be caught up in your war, but we cannot ignore a plea for help. Take my son, Wag 2, he is a healer. He will heal your friends, but you must leave the blue one here as consolidation, Lerman, the leader of the village, said. Thank you for your help. We are in your department, Ahsoka said as Cody, Wag 2, and herself ran off down the path toward the downed allies. Kit Fisto was walking down the halls of the Senate building toward the communications room for his next mission. He was still a little depressed that his apprentice tried to take on Grievous by himself. Grievous was much too powerful to take on by yourself unless you have an advantage somehow. Kit entered the communications room only to hear something out of the ordinary. I think we have conflicting information. You say that Anakin hired Naruto as a bodyguard for his mission to rescue Sakura, but Gunray has also hired him to kill Anakin, said the trooper talking to the other trooper. That sounds about right, replied the hologram. Does that mean Naruto is using this cover in order to kill Anakin? I thought Naruto was more honorable than that, Kit thought as he went to exit the communications room until he heard some much need information. They are said to be in this sector, so whenever you get the chance, send some men there to investigate, said the hologram trooper. I will stop you before you can do the deed, Naruto, Kit thought before walking down to the dock that held his fighter and all his men. Ahsoka, Rex, Cody, and Wag-2 ran as fast as they could to the crash site in hopes that they could make it in time to heal Anakin of any fatal injuries. They ran as fast as their legs could carry them only to hear sounds of combat in the distance. The only thing going through her head was, "That backstabbing asshole. He tried to kill my master. I'll show him," Ahsoka thought as they continued to run toward the sound of combat. What they were met by took them all by surprise. There were at least 7 dead bird things strayed across the ground. Anakin was lying on the ground exhausted with minor scratches and Naruto on his knees next to him with a hole in his chest and breathing heavily. Flashback Naruto's and Anakin's pow. The two continued to stare into each other's eyes as they readied themselves to pounce onto their enemy. They got up and walked closer together with their lightsabers still on. Anakin readied himself for the coming attack that Naruto would surely bring. Naruto dashed forward, but instead of attacking Anakin, Naruto hit a giant bird that was about to attack Anakin from behind. They heard 2 other ruffles that were probably the dead birds hunting friends running off. Anakin continued to look Naruto in the eyes. "Why did save me? Aren't you going to kill me for the money?" Anakin asked, a little shaken from the entire ordeal. "No, I will continue your mission," Naruto said, putting his lightsaber away. Anakin S.N. did the same. "But why? They even offered more credits than I did." Anakin pushed. Naruto shrugged. "Because I never finished a mission for the Republic yet," Naruto said while sitting back down in his spot. Anakin soon followed with the refreshness that he didn't have to fight against Naruto. "You should get some sleep. You are going to need it after all those INJ," Naruto said while looking over at Anakin only to find him sleeping against the post. Naruto smiled and picked Anakin up and put him back on the bed. The next morning Naruto awoke to the sense of several pairs of eyes looking at him from the tall grass. Naruto shakily stood up and drew his lightsaber. Just then, 2 of the bird things that attacked them earlier jumped out of the tall grass and charged him. Naruto swiftly slipped to the left side of the bird and cut it down its right side. The bird crashed into the tent, effectively knocking the tent from over Anakin and waking him. Anakin looked out at where Naruto was, only to find him kicking the second in the head and jabbing it in the temple with his lightsaber. Anakin shakily stood and drew his lightsaber as 3 more popped out in front of Naruto, with a 4th from behind. Anakin force-pulled the one attacking Naruto from behind and sliced off its head while Naruto shot through one-handed hand seals. Lightning tip no jutsu. Naruto called out as lightning started to travel up the arm that was holding his lightsaber. Naruto held out his middle finger and index finger and pointed toward the 3 incoming birds. A blast of blue lightning shot across the field and smashed into the 3 attacking birds. Suddenly, Anakin dropped to the ground from exhaustion as a bird jumped out of the grass near him. The bird brought its razor-sharp beak down upon Anakin with the attempt to kill. Naruto sprinted over to the bird and tackled the bird head-on as to stop any damage from happening to Anakin. Naruto had his lightsaber stuck into the bird's heart, but as Naruto got off the bird's razor-sharp beak slid out of Naruto as blood started to spill out of the wound. Naruto got up and walked over to Naruto and dropped to his knees next him. Anakin looked at Naruto and smiled before passing out from both exhaustion and pain. "You are safe for a little while longer. If I still had all my powers, then those creatures would have no problem. At least I kept you safe," Naruto thought with emotionless eyes as the blood continued to spill out of his wound. Naruto heard footsteps run up to the scene. About time they got here, Naruto thought as he looked at the people entering the field. Naruto forgot to withdraw his lightsaber as well as Anakin. End of flashback. Everyone took in the scene that surrounded the 2 lightsaber-wielding men except for Ahsoka. Ahsoka was looking straight at Naruto, who was kneeling over Anakin with both of their lightsabers out. Ahsoka grew angry and ran up to Naruto and punched him. Naruto hit the ground without a fight as Ahsoka grabbed the collar of his white cloak and pulled his face to hers. "What did you do to my master?" Ahsoka shouted in Naruto's face. Naruto remained silent as the blood from his chest and mouth continued to dribble down his body. Anakin muttered something, gaining Ahsoka's attention. Once Ahsoka heard that Anakin was awake, she ran over to him. Are you okay? Wag-2, please come over here and heal him. He is in need of medical assistance, Ahsoka said. Wag-2 looked over to Naruto, who was on his hands and knees, and walked over to Ahsoka. Ahsoka looked back down to her master. Meet Wag-2. He's a healer, he'll patch you right up, Ahsoka said cheerily as Wag-2 was now over Anakin. I'll patch you right up, Wag-2 said grinning. Anakin was now slightly awake. Naruto started to spit out blood while he was on his hands and knees. Naruto continued to try and get up, only to fall back down. Rex started to walk over to Naruto to help him but was stopped by Ahsoka. Let him get up by himself. If he killed that many people alone then he can stand up alone, Ahsoka said venomously. Rex looked at Ahsoka surprised. She has never been that mean to anyone before, not even Gunray. What is with you, General? You are never this cruel to people. Why him? Rex asked. Because he killed all those men without even thinking twice. He murdered your brothers because of money. What do you think of that? Ahsoka shouted as Naruto slowly but surely got his feet. Look, I am mad at him because of that too, but he is a mercenary. That's his job. Now he on our side and is trying to help us. Learn to forgive, Rex shouted back. This caught Ahsoka by surprise. Never has Rex shouted at anybody. Naruto slowly trudged past them, holding his chest wound all the way. Everyone turned to him as he began to walk down the path that Ahsoka and company took. Where are you going? Cody asked. Naruto looked him straight in the eye when he spoke. To the place where you got the medical supplies from, Naruto responded emotionlessly. But you're bleeding. Let me heal you first. Wag-2 shouted as he grabbed the back of Naruto's cloak. Naruto turned to Wag-2 with a little surprise in his eyes. You will heal me? Naruto asked surprise. This caught everybody off guard. Has anybody ever given you something? Wag-2 asked while still holding onto Naruto's cloak. Never. I always had to work for I got, Naruto responded as he began to wobble. Rex quickly caught Naruto as he fell to the ground. Wag-2 quickly got to work on Naruto. He lost too much blood is all. I managed to seal up the stab wound in his chest so he should be fine, Wag-2 said. So my master still manages to beat him even while hurt. Maybe he isn't as strong as I thought he was, Ahsoka thought as they put Anakin on the stretcher. What about Naruto? Rex asked as Ahsoka and Cody picked up the stretcher. I can walk, Naruto said as he held out his arm. Rex grabbed his arm and pulled Naruto off the ground. Rex hoisted one arm over his shoulders as they began to travel back to the village. Sakura was talking to the leader of the village when the group appeared at the top of the hill next to the little village. As they entered the town, Sakura walked up to them, only to notice that Naruto was badly injured. What happened? Sakura asked. We'll talk about it later, Ahsoka replied before Naruto could speak. Naruto shook his head as Wag-2 showed him to a larger hut where he could heal their injuries. Anakin and Naruto were placed in the same hut. What happened? Sakura asked again as everyone was occupied with their two downed friends. I think Naruto has gained a mission to kill my master, Ahsoka whispered to Sakura. Sakura was shocked by this until Cody and Rex walked up to them and joined in on the conversation. I don't think Naruto was trying to kill Anakin, sir, Cody said. Sakura was now listening to Cody and Rex now. Sakura remembered the hatred that was put toward Naruto earlier. Why is that? Sakura asked. When we showed up there were at least 7 of those bird things that got our other boys on the way here. They were probably the ones that attacked them, Rex said to Sakura. Sakura remembered those wretched things. Sakura turned to Ahsoka. I see. Ahsoka, I'm very disappointed in you. Please learn to forgive him, Sakura said. She remembered when she got the report that Naruto slaughtered over 100 clones on Yanchi and she was also angry with him as well, but she has learned to forgive him, as it was his job. Most of the younger generation Jedi are not as likely to forgive as the older generation though. I will when I get Anakin's story personally, Ahsoka said before walking off. Rex shook his head before he told Sakura what happened at the crash site. Anakin continued to stare at the ceiling of the hut that he was placed in. Naruto was sleeping next to him as Naruto recharged his chakra at a much faster pace. Anakin turned his head to his temporary bodyguard and smiled. Anakin was indeed barely awake when Naruto stopped the bird from attacking him and knew the wound that was dealt to Naruto. Ahsoka opened the door to the hut and walked inside. Master, Ahsoka whispered out in hopes to catch him awake. I'm awake, Snips. What is it? Anakin asked while still on his back. What happened at the crash site? Did this filthy shit hurt you? Ahsoka said while pointing at Naruto. Anakin looked at Ahsoka with anger in his eyes. How dare you talk about Naruto like that? He may be a mercenary, but that doesn't give you any say in who he is. Anakin shouted. But he may have gotten a mission that would put your life in jeopardy. Ahsoka shouted back. Anakin settled down and shook his head. He did get a mission to kill me, but he isn't going through with it. And that stab wound in his chest isn't from me, it was from of those birds, Anakin said looking over to Naruto. Naruto was still concentrating on healing and recharging his chakra. I still don't trust him, Ahsoka muttered before walking. Heard what Ahsoka said and shook his head. You still have a long way to go, Anakin thought before falling asleep next to his bodyguard. The next came fast as Naruto was now standing up and walking around as well as Anakin. Anakin still had a limp but was able to fight. Naruto was currently looking up into the sky when Rex walked up next to him. Rex was about to say something but stopped when Naruto pointed up into the air. What are you doing? Rex asked as he looked to where Naruto was pointing. Look up there with your binoculars, Naruto said simply as he put his arm down. Rex looked through the high-powered binoculars to see separatist ship landing near the village. Clanker ships, Rex said as he looked to Naruto. Get everyone out of the village. If they find us here then they will slaughter everyone here, Naruto said as he walked back the village at a calm pace. Rex sprinted back to the village as he said over his communicator that they needed to leave. Naruto rounded the corner to the back side of the village to be met by Ahsoka. Naruto raised an eyebrow at this. Did you call those droids? Ahsoka demanded. Naruto said nothing as he walked past the Padawan. As he began to round another corner, Naruto turned back to the steaming Padawan. No, Naruto said emotionlessly and continued to walk toward the rendezvous point at the back of the village. Ahsoka ran to the corner that Naruto took to see that he wasn't there. How did he do that? Ahsoka thought. She shrugged it off and started off to the rendezvous point. Once she got there, she was met by Anakin, Rex, Cody, Sakura, and Naruto. All right, let's move, Anakin whispered as they moved into the tall grass to avoid capture. As they furthered themselves away from the village they stopped for a break. How did the separatists know we were here? Cody asked out loud. Probably just a coincidence, Anakin said, silencing Ahsoka before she could start. Sakura turned and noticed a little droid hiding in the tall grass. Get it! Ahsoka shouted as Ahsoka, Cody, and Rex ran after the spy droid. Sakura turned to the two who didn't run after the droid. I'll handle him. You go play tag with the droid, Naruto said before picking Anakin up bridal style and started to walk toward the giant tree. Sakura nodded and began walking down the path. After the droid was destroyed, they climbed up a tree only to be met by Anakin and Naruto. What took you so long? Anakin asked playfully. The newcomers shook their heads as they walked up to the duo who was looking at a rather large separatist base and a large cannon. What is that? Sakura asked. Don't know yet. They haven't fired it yet, Anakin replied as they waited for the cannon to fire off a shot so they could see what happens. Two droids walked out into the center of the field. What are they doing? Ahsoka whispered as she noticed Naruto had his normal Sharingan on and watching how the machine works. A blast was heard from the cannon as a round was sent flying towards the two droids. So they are using the two droids as test subjects. Interesting, Naruto muttered as he watched how the machine fired down the littlest thing. The shell hit the two droids directly, making a large fire spread from it, killing all living things but leaving the two droids unharmed. It doesn't affect droids but kills all living things near ground zero. This new technology has certainly caught my interests, Naruto muttered as he continued to watch the fire spread. What kind of shell is that? Anakin asked out loud. It's called an incendiary shell. Once it makes contact with its target, it bursts into fire and spreads like wildfire. I don't know what type of chemical they used to stop the droids from being hurt, but it's a start, Naruto explained as the four passed right underneath them. Well, weapon or not, we need to get that ship of theirs so we can get off this planet, Anakin said as they waited until dark to attack the base. As the group approached the base in the dead of night, they pushed their backs against the wall of the base. Anakin turned to Naruto. You think you can do it? Anakin asked. Naruto nodded and rushed up the side of the base. The others watched in surprise. How can he do that? Sakura asked in astonishment. Anakin quietly laughed. Don't worry about it. He is going to open the doors to let us inside, so be ready, Anakin said with a smile as they approached the front gate. There were 2 droids guarding the front gate. Get ready, now, Anakin whispered as they charged the 2 unfortunate guards. One managed to get a shot off which missed everyone completely but still alerted the other guards. Hey, what is going on? Wait, there is one in here with us. Blast him, shouted a droid guard as intense fight could be heard on the inside of the base. Damn it, how are we going to help him? Rex asked. Anakin started to slice a hole through the thick metal door but stopped when all the fighting stopped. Who won? Sakura asked out loud as Anakin withdrew his lightsaber. The door suddenly started to open, revealing Naruto with his back turned to the group. Destroyed droids strayed across the ground and on the walls. Fire illuminated the scene as Naruto turned to the 4 onlookers. Keeping those first couple of guards quiet a little hard, Naruto said emotionlessly. Anakin grinned and shook his head as he started to walk towards the ship but stopped when Cody called his name. General, we have portable shields. Should we bring them along? Cody asked as the others boarded the ship. Good idea, Commander. Bring them with us, Anakin said as they all piled onto the ship. Ready to face the threat that was going to befall the creatures of this planet. I did not ask you to defend us, the leader of the Lerman. This battle is going to happen whether you like it or not. You can stand by your beliefs, but let us stand by ours, Anakin said. The leader simply turned and left as Ahsoka walked up to Wag 2. Thank you for what you are trying to do. My father is very strong-willed and set in tradition. Many others agree with me, but we wear robes under a very strict code. We must respect it even if we don't agree, Wag 2 said before walking off. Ahsoka shook her head before walking back to help with moving the large nuts into position. They are holding position, Rex shouted down to the others. They won't move because they fire from long range first, Anakin said as Naruto jumped over the nuts. A shell was incoming when the shields were set up to stop said shell. The shield hit right in front of Naruto as Ahsoka jumped down next to him. Why are you helping us? You can turn on us at any minute, but here you are, still helping us, Ahsoka said while watching the come down to the earth. You hate me, don't you? Naruto said emotionlessly, scaring Ahsoka. When Ahsoka didn't say anything, Naruto knew that she still hated him for what he did on Yanchi. The shell hit and the fire was racing towards them. You want me to be dead, don't you? Naruto said again. The fire was about halfway to the shield. Again, Ahsoka said nothing. If I die, will you and all the others in the Republic forgive me? Naruto said again in an emotionless voice. Ahsoka was surprised at this and looked up to Naruto. What? Ahsoka started but stopped when Naruto walked out from the shield and into the coming fire. Get back behind the wall, guys. The fire is, Anakin said before he saw Naruto walking toward the fire. What the fuck? Get back here, Naruto. Anakin shouted, but he knew it was too late. Ahsoka started to run out after him but was held down by Anakin. The fire engulfed Naruto and hit the shield full force. He died so he would be forgiven. That's all, Ahsoka thought as the flame died down to reveal nothing but charred earth and ashes from the trees. The 2 started to tear but stopped when they heard a familiar emotionless voice from behind them. Do you really think I would go and get myself killed like that? Naruto said emotionlessly as he looked down to them from his spot on top of a large nut with his normal golden Sharingan on. The 2 actually cheered up when they saw that he was still alive, but how did he do it? They know that they saw him walk into the fire, but here he is, alive and well. How did you? Ahsoka started but was interrupted when Naruto pointed towards the incoming droids. Later, we have friends to play with as he jumped down from his spot on the nut, with the others jumping over the wall. They slowly walked out of the shield as the droids came closer. Anakin, Ahsoka, Sakura, and Naruto charged the droids as soon as they were close enough while Rex and Cody provided cover with their blasters. The first wave was quickly dispatched as they readied themselves for the next wave. Well, that wasn't so hard, Ahsoka said relieved. That was only the first wave, Anakin said, looking back to where the droids were coming from. As soon as Anakin turned, hordes of droids were on them. The 4 lightsaber-wielding warriors fought as hard as they could, but still many got by. Sakura, Ahsoka, get back to the village and help defend the shields. Naruto, you stay here and kill as many as possible. I'll take out that weapon. Anakin shouted. After getting nods from everyone, Ahsoka and Sakura dashed back to the village to help Rex and Cody while Naruto continued to fight in the center of the battlefield. Anakin fought his way to the weapon. Most of the droids were centering their attention Naruto for some reason. Rex and Cody were desperately fighting off the droids that were entering the shield. The droids just blew up the wall, but since most of the droids were centering their attention on Naruto, it took less time for the Jedi and Padawan to get back to the village. Still though, there was still a lot of droids. As soon as Ahsoka and Sakura made it to the village, they were immediately thrown into the fray as more droids drizzled into the village. The Lurmans started to fight as more and more droids entered the village. In the background, they heard a large cannon fire. Ahsoka turned to where the sound came from. Why are they firing? The shields are still up. Why would they fire the cannon? Ahsoka thought until realization hit her. Naruto. Anakin was charging towards the super weapon, cutting anything that was in his way. As he started to close the gap between him and the super weapon, the weapon manages one last shot before the tanks opened fire. Anakin turned to see if the shields were down when the weapon was fired. The shields were still up, so why did they fire it? Why did they fire the weapon? Everyone is safe from the blast except, Anakin thought when it struck him. They are after Naruto. They must have gotten a mission to kill him after hearing he was helping me. Anakin thought as he sliced through the weapon and fought the droids defending it. Naruto ducked underneath a laser shot and dashed toward another group of droids. Naruto quickly cut through them like butter. Where are they all coming from? It seems that they are centering on me, Naruto thought as he cut through a super battle droid. The droids suddenly stopped firing as they encircled him. Naruto stood with his black lightsaber ready in his reverse grip. Naruto heard a large boom from the super weapon. First Naruto turned to the village to see if the shield was down but noticed that they were still up. When Naruto looked into the air at where the shell was heading, Naruto noticed it was coming down onto him. Well, this is going to hurt, Naruto thought as the shell smashed right on top of him, sending flames outward from him. The rest of the droids were easily taken care of as the droids that was fighting Naruto attacked the village or Anakin. All droids were destroyed quickly and aggressively as they made their way to ground zero. The shields were powered down know that the fight was over. As they closed in on ground zero, they noticed a man with a white-cloaked man on his knees, shaking with his hands up to his eyes. They stopped sprinting once they got to Naruto's side. How did he live through that? Everyone thought as Wag-2 was soon by his side. Naruto stopped screaming after a little while because he wouldn't move from the spot he was at. Once Naruto dropped his hands, they then knew what was wrong with Naruto. Blood was dripping from his closed eyes like they have been extremely stressed. Naruto opened his eyes slightly to reveal a five-sided wheel with 3 rings, all extending from his iris. Naruto's golden eyes quickly disappeared into an icy worn-out blue. I pushed my eyes too much back there. They still need rest. I don't think I did any permanent damage, but I should off on using anything above the normal Sharingan until I am sure that I am ready to use it, Naruto thought as he felt a hand touch his shoulder. Naruto didn't turn because he was temporarily blind, which should disappear soon. Ah, are you okay? Ahsoka said out shakily. No, I can't see, Naruto said before shakily standing up before falling over. Sakura quickly caught him. Is the village safe? Naruto asked. The first thing he thinks about is the safety of others and for strangers. Maybe I was wrong about you, Naruto, Ahsoka thought as they began to make their way towards the village. 3 battleships entered the sky as they made their way to the village. Yes, the village is safe because you guys. Thank you, all of you, Wag-2 said as they entered the village. Republic dropships were landing around Naruto, Ahsoka, Anakin, Rex, and Cody. Soldiers started to jump out of the dropships. Thank you guys for coming. I was worried you guys would never, Ahsoka said until she noticed that all the troopers were pointing their weapons at them. Kit Fisto walked out from the crowd of clone troopers. Kit, what is going on? Anakin demanded. We have exclusive orders from the Senate themselves and this decision is unanimous, Kit said. What is this decision? Sakura asked curiously. Naruto, you are hereby under arrest for war crimes and conspiracy of murder of a fellow Jedi, Kit said, shocking everyone in the group except Naruto. That will be it for this video. If you want more, comment down below, like, subscribe. And see you guys later.